Ready? Round two. Okay. Chapter 15 is called The Crown of the Mysteries. Excuse me for the shaking camera. The Crown of the Mysteries. Alrighty. So, Mr. Goddard starts off saying, the assumption of the wish fulfilled is the ship that carries you over the unknown seas to the fulfillment of your dream. I like the different ways that he expresses this because it gives it you get to look at it at different angles. With the more information that you get surrounding it, you're able to express it in these different ways. So I like how he said that. The assumption is everything. The assumption is everything. Realization is subconscious and effortless. Mm-hmm. Assume a virtue if you have it not. From William Shakespeare's Hamlet. Assume a virtue if you have it not. So that's like the precursor to calling it in, right? If you've been listening to the previous chapters, this is what we do. Make the assumption that it's supposed to happen, that it's supposed to be there, flesh it out in its full entirety, um, in your heart and in your mind. Touch it, taste it, feel it, examine it in its form before it becomes an actual reality in your current part of the time, linear time. Act on the assumption that you already possess that which you sought. Act on the assumption that you already possess that which you sought. And he quotes Luke chapter 1, verse 45 as saying, "Blessed is she that believed, for there shall be a performance of those things which were told her from the Lord." Blessed is she that believed, for there shall be a performance. It will come into reality. She'll be able to act it out in her current linear time of those things which were told to her from the Lord. So she had full faith when she was told, and it came to fruition. Now, there's a metaphysical lesson. A metaphysical lesson. Once you are under the understanding that much of the Bible teachings were parables, like moral stories, it gives you things in a way that's like story form, not necessarily this is what happened, A, B, C, and D. It's told in a parable form in a way that's supposed to stick with you because it teaches you in a way where you can visualize it with the proper understanding, when you understand the symbolism behind certain things. And I'm going to refer you to the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary. I'm trying to think of the author right now. Uh, Look up the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary. It's available in multiple places, on different websites online, um, and Amazon, eBay, the different places where you can buy books. It gives you the interpretation of the different things that are expressed in parables in the Bible. So, with the understanding that things are told in parables, psychologically, the Immaculate Conception means the birth of an idea in you, our own consciousness, unaided by another person. Okay? When you think of the Immaculate Conception, it's about a birth without assistance, without another party. And so you birth ideas in your consciousness without the aid of another person, calling it in, bringing it out of the ether, having the doors open, having the parts being put together behind the scenes because you are so faithfully feeling and mentally there. You have accepted it as a thing, as a fact in your life. So here it comes, right? And don't be stuck on the details of how it happens, because God has the greater plan, right? God has the greater plan. He knows the details. He can put them together better than we can. So just be committed to the fact that it's going to happen, not necessarily that it happens in the way that you think it should happen. Okay. Um, all right. So he says, for instance, when you have a specific wish or hunger or longing, it is an immaculate conception in the sense that no physical person or thing plants it in your mind. It is self-conceived. Every man is a Mary of the Immaculate Conception, and birth to his idea must give. You give birth to your own ideas. The assumption is the crown of the mysteries because it is the highest use of consciousness. Okay, the title of the chapter is The Crown of the Mysteries. And so Mr. Goddard described the Assumption as the crown of the Christian mysteries, the Immaculate Conception being the foundation of them, the foundation of the Christian mysteries. Okay. The Assumption is the crown of the mysteries because it is the highest use of consciousness. When, in imagination, you assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you are mentally lifted up to a higher level. I'm going to read that again. In exercising your imagination, which is not just a kid thing, it's not just for artists, it's for everybody. We all have the ability to exercise our imaginations in the different ways that we may do it. You assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you are mentally lifted up to a higher level. Okay, you're not just accepting things on the ground as you see it, as you interpret it to be. You are elevating yourself to believing that what you wish for, what you can conceive, you can actually achieve. All right, conceive it and do what it takes to achieve it. Part of the work that you do is on the spiritual realm, the energetic realm. And that's what we're here to learn, right? Okay. When, through your persistence, this assumption becomes an actual fact, you automatically find yourself in a higher level. That is, you have achieved your desire in your objective world, in your outer world. So you're flexing your muscles in your subjective world, your internal world, your energetic world, your mind, your heart-mind world, where action begins, where manifestation begins. Between the heart and the mind, when they're working together, manifestation begins. And then you're able to experience it in your external world, your objective world. Alrighty. And then your assumption guides all your consciousness and subconscious movements. Sorry, let me read that again. Your assumption guides all your conscious and subconscious movements towards its suggested end. So inevitably, that it actually dictates the events. So once you believe that you can absolutely have what it is your goal is, then Your subconscious and your conscious, your inward and your outer, work towards achieving that. The understanding is you have to be of one mind. You have to be moving physically in one direction, mentally in the same direction. If you're not moving physically and mentally in the same direction, you're holding yourself back some kind of way. Like your mind may be saying yes, 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 but then you feel trepidation in your heart like it's a fallacy. It's not a real possibility. You don't feel confident that it can be a reality. So you're slowing yourself up instead of having all your water move in the same direction so it can gain speed. Part of your water is moving in the direction and the other part is giving it resistance. So it's putting the brakes on it. Okay. um Suggest an answer on that actually develop. Yep. Okie dokie. The drama of life is a psychological one, and the whole of it is written and produced by your assumptions. So work on honing your assumptions. What is it that whatever you can dream and conceive of, you can achieve. Honestly believe that. Act as if, speak as if, feel as if that it is a reality, that it is actually a possibility, that you're not just fooling around with yourself. Okay, there's no mental masturbation going on. You're working in that strength with the full understanding that you are part of the I am consciousness. You were put here to conduct certain business, and you wouldn't be given the ability to think of things. You wouldn't be given the downloads. You wouldn't be given the dreams and the goals if you did not have the possibility of following through, pulling in the tools that you need if they're not already on the ground with you in order to reach what it is you're supposed to be doing. It's like living in the flow of things. If you ever heard people talk about being in the flow of a circumstance, that's in full acceptance, full confidence, full movement in one direction to have a thing happen. It's the build up to the climax of the goal, right? Being in the flow, whatever it is, leaving no resistance, having no doubts, excuse me, living in full confidence, having no doubts, moving with all your being in the direction of having what it is that the vision that you've been given, the job that you've been given by the Most High, just taking it all in and saying, yes, this is what we're doing. And your whole subconscious, conscious, your physical, your verbal moves in that direction until it becomes this reality. Okie dokie. And these are the different ways, these are the different aspects you can focus on from chapter to chapter that we're talking about in this book in order to make it happen. You know, it took me a while to come to this understanding. It took me a while to open up to this type of research. And, I want to put the word out there. I want to expose people to the information that I come across, because you may not come across it on your own. And if you come across information, by all means, put me onto it, so we can help each other along in this journey to live in our intended way. Okay, we are put here to be our best selves at whatever skills, using our talents. We are put here to use our talents to their fullest potential. You know, when you pray, God, make me a vessel, use me in the way that you see fit. This is what we're talking about. Living in the flow of your relationship with the Most High and accepting what it is without resistance that He has put you here to do. When you're given the indicators, when you feel something in your heart, when something occurs to you in your mind and you're like, yes, I can see that. That's what you're here for. Run with it. Do it. There's you're part of the tool. You're a tool. You're um part of the process for someone else. You're watching your example may help someone else feel more confident about their own process. Okay? And that's what I'm here for. I'm working on my thing and I would like to be helpful to you working on your thing. Whatever information that I come across, that's why I set up this channel, to be able to help us all to move in the way that we're supposed to move, to balance out this life in the way that we're supposed to balance it out, because not everybody is on the same energy. But those who are on the healing spectrum of things, we balance out that other stuff. So that's what I'm here for. That's my intention. And with that, I invite you to continue to join me on this journey. And if you would like to contact me, the best way to do that is at pullyourpowerback@gmail.com. And I am here every Wednesday, usually from 7:30 to about 8:30. I was delayed today. I had to take care of some family business. But here I am. You still get it tonight, and you can always watch it again later. Um, but join me again. Thank you, and let's do this. Later.